Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mini Ninjas. In a move that may surprise some of you, I'm gonna start playing on doing a Let's Play run of a series that is starting a ninja. As you can probably guess, we're looking at a copy of the 2014 revival of the Strider series, which is available on the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live Arcade right now. For those who may not be too familiar with the Strider series, most of the games in this particular series are actually platformer titles, done in the arcade style of yesteryear, which the original Strider also was. Strider Hiryu himself also has appeared in a number of other titles, namely fighting games like in the Marvel vs. Capcom series. For this particular title though, it's actually played along the lines of a Metroidvania, aka instead of multiple stages, you're going in a more open-ended world that expands the more you play and more accessories you get in order to power up your character. For all intents and purposes, this is actually going to be a blind run of the title, as aside from playing maybe a few minutes of a demo that was provided just because I wanted to get some test footage to make sure everything was working, I haven't actually played much of the game at all, and I really haven't looked at anything regarding what's going to be going on here in this title. So, let's see what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Officially signed up. Single player game. There are 3 difficulties by default. We're going to go with the normal difficulty. And let's begin. We start off at the city gate at Kazakh outskirts, which I think is a short form of Kazakhstan off the top of my head. Pretty. Well, that was a classic start. Alright, messing around with the basic controls here. There seem to be 2 basic slash buttons, at least at the start point here. Although I'm not sure what real uses the launch slash will do for the most part. Most of the jumping jumping animations are generally saying what you expect if you played the old 2D versions there. And oh, you're just starting and there's actually a lot going on here to begin with. The heads-up display seems to suggest a general direction should be going in. And I'm guessing that meter up there with the Strider symbol is a combo meter of some sort. And alright, the heads-up display also gives small tips or suggestions, it seems, on exactly what you have to do in order to get by. Okay, so this is where upgrades come from. I guess I'm looking for small little pods or capsules that are dug in the ground. This would be the equivalent of a morph ball, only since the slide attack, or slide assault here, seems to also hit people on the way over, I guess it's also a good way to get a small hit or two, even though the damage doesn't look to be that great. It's always pretty much just, for the most part, Hiryu's animations, they seem to be a fairly decent recreation of the old 2D stuff, so no complaints there. And this game, at least so far, this is just early on, but it looks really damn nice so far. No complaints whatsoever. Oh, just to make it clear, the version of the game I'm playing right now is the version off the PS3 system. Really, I should say the PS3 version of the game. So if there's a graphics jump if you're looking at the PS4 version, I am personally unaware of it. Alright, I'm guessing... Alright, you can climb around and just aim your cipher upwards and at various angles. Oh, cutscene. I'm guessing I'm not doing well with health. Okay. Health has been restored. any rooms like that? Okay, so I'm guessing that's... Wait, I'm getting a notice. Okay, I'm being given my next directive of what to do next, but as I was about to say, I'm guessing those health regen centers... Classic. I'm guessing those health regen centers are the equivalent of checkpoints in this game, or basically where the game will do your autosave for you. And I'm guessing in terms of collectibles with stuff, they'll be kind of floating around on the place using classic icons from the old arcade titles, which itself is also a nice touch. There's a vent going somewhere around here. That's gotta be... Okay. There's another collectible. You take damage really quickly at times in this game. They really want you to dodge a lot of stuff and just kind of cut everyone down in a hurry. Okay, can't go through that door just yet. There's... I must need some kind of item or something in order to get through. And now the game is giving me direction. I need to go somewhere to acquire a charge upgrade. Right at this point, the game is directing me to go... Okay, first boss time.
Nothing can stop me.
And Hiryu can talk. Go figure. Most of the time in most of the games, all you get out of him are either text scenes in the cutscenes, or him swing his cipher blade, and that's the only sound that you get. Okay, as his health goes lower for the boss, the teleportation fighting gets a little more complex. Aside from a few silly hits, that wasn't that bad. I'm being given access to a new room now, so I'm gonna guess I get... Charged Cipher. Alright. On top of doubling the damage and range of the sword swings, this is how I'm gonna be able to get through the various doors and bunkers I've been seeing up to this point, so... That's nice. It's really helpful. The game pretty much takes some cues that are sometimes missing from other Metroidvania games and explains you how your new power-ups work. So, alright, immediate usage. That's actually some really nice range. And now with these shield-based enemies, I guess I need to use the cipher in order to get through them. Fair enough. Well, they were demoted from boss status very shortly. Alright, then we got two of them to square off against. No mistake. That was only one. Now I'm facing two. I don't recall him doing that airdrop in the boss fight, so I guess he didn't use his full arsenal the first time around. Another checkpoint. Be right back after a pause. Alright, back now, ladies and gentlemen. From where we left off, first boss was just dispatched of. We have a new power-up in order to toy around with, which looks fancy. Let's see what comes up next as we enter the detention hall. Alright. Strike 1, 2, and something is... Oh. I recognize this thing. This is a regular fixture in most Strider games. Ouroboros. This is Mark III. Where you get to pretty much mess with a flying boss, which happened really shortly after the first boss, so... Let's see. Loading. There's a lot of loading in this game, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. This skipped the loading time just to load up for the game in the first place. Oh yeah. They have to do this segment at least once or twice in a title where you're just fighting and climbing around a fighting and climbing a boss. The way I'm guessing this works, I first need to get through all these sections to get it so I can start attacking the headpiece. Hopefully I'm getting close to one. Let's see. Alright, we're there. Alright, it looks like the weak point is those neon colored tanks. And now the fight is changing. Now I guess I have to get back to the head again, so. Alright, I have to slash everything in my way first of all. I guess I didn't do it fast enough. Okay, let's see. Okay, it has its own turrets built in. And I am dodging shots of electricity. Okay, that I've seen. They've done that trick in previous versions of the Ouroboros. So that's not too surprising there. Okay. Ouch, gotta dodge a little better than that. 2 tanks down, 1 more to go. What's coming up next? That's a lot of missiles. Ouch. Like I mentioned earlier, I only mess around with the demo. I'd have to admit this is actually part of that demo. I tried slashing at those things originally, and while I did stop them, it stopped them by blowing up in my face. So I guess slashing is not the answer. Oh, we have a little extra platformer section at this point. And this is just the second boss of the game, and I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed at this point, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is really fancy to fight. Alright, more loading. Alright, I have kunai in this game? That's interesting. I guess it's telling me some stuff about items I don't actually have yet. Since I know I haven't come across any options up to this point. And I have this helpful electronic thing, I'm not sure. I guess it's some kind of a navigating computer telling me what I have to do next. I have to recover one of my options. Funny, I just talking about those things. We're now further into the city itself, so whatever's going around here in Monument Square of Kazakh City. Okay, there's something there. It's indicating with a special marking on the map, but I don't know how to open those things yet. So let's just refill the health a bit more and start going back through. I'm guessing there must be something special hidden underneath those things that they're specifically noting them and blocking me off from any progress there. Propaganda. Fancy.
Uniformed personnel operate under the authority of the Grand Master and must be obeyed at all times.
Alright, checkpoint. There really are a lot of soldiers. I would be talking, but I don't want to interrupt this guy because the propaganda is actually kind of funny. It's a really nice touch because, as I mentioned, for the older titles, except for cutscenes, most things are silent, really. And of course, now that we have higher graphics you can mess around with, and pretty much the ability to play sound on command.
Now a special message. There will be an additional food lottery at 1600 hours for citizens who report dissent among the populace.
Yeah. They definitely did a lot more world building for this title. So there's definitely nothing like this in the past. In terms of talking around background stories, really developing Kazakh City as a whole. So this is just interesting to hear and see. I kind of figured somewhere in one of these crevices, there's got to be something that maybe can boost my current kind of lackluster health setup.
About loitering after curfew will be detained by the Emperor's guard.
Curfew lounge.
Curfew timing will be announced 20 minutes prior to curfew.
Kind of an abrupt curfew setup, but hey, why not? Oh, that's fancy. Alright, it's got some. Ouch. That hurt. I'm guessing by the fact that it's maybe they just do a special intro every time I face a new type of enemy. If it's a new subtype. Ouch. I kind of need some help. Okay, it can hit you on the way back too. And as he's changing his bow. Alright, that's good to know. Seems I can safely slide under them. But he's not doing that though. There's something a little weird going on with my directions here at the moment. It seems the aiming with the cipher when it's charged up with the directional pad is a little iffy, or maybe a little too. I'm not sure how to describe this at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe the word sensitive at the moment is what I'm thinking of, because even if I'm not really there, I'm trying to put it back in a neutral position. If it even slightly taps in a direction, it seems to switch me in that direction. Alright. Minor quabble with controls aside. Okay, let's build up a little more health. I got some stuff here. And I got a new item. Strike rates. Oh, that could be useful. Alright. This unnamed computer setup is telling me I got... Oh, I see now. I guess this is how I'm going to be able to get through those weird floor gates, since they use the same kind of icon. So, alright, I'll be able to backtrack a little bit in order to find some more items in a moment. I'm guessing the ground slam must be able to hurt anyone that's right beside it, at least for a little bit of damage, so hopefully that'll become useful in some fighting scenario later. Seems I have to backtrack a little bit, but now with the elevator being moved, I can't get in the elevator itself. I can probably use the slide that I have from earlier in order to get through that grate now. So, yeah, it's confirmed now. I need to go back to the first room I came from, go through a door which probably is open at this point. There we go. There's my grate. Here's my next room. And in a moment, we'll be entering the transit station, which I guess is the next area for this game. I'm guessing touching that electrified stuff would hurt a bit.
The Kazakh City Transit Authority welcomes you.
You can tell that guy is mostly propaganda, but he's still kind of entertaining to listen to at this point. So hopefully we'll be hearing more from him later. As for me now, well, I'm going to cut this video in a moment here, and we'll be continuing this on the next video of the set. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Catch you next time.